Good morning, Unitarian Universalists of Sarasota. If you have a seat open next to you, could you please raise your hand? So if anybody looking in the back, standing, you need a seat, now you know where it is. And so we will open today's Easter service. Happy Easter, everybody, by the way. We will open today's service with hymn number 1045, There is a Balm in Gilead. Just checking, is Becky Van Bogert in the house? Okay. I am Reverend J. Wolin. I am the settled minister here at the Unitarian Universalists of Sarasota. We want to welcome all here, both members as well as visitors, both on campus here as well as online on YouTube. We invite our visitors to participate in any of our events, and we welcome visitors to find out more about us and Unitarian Universalism by registering on our virtual guest book, which you will find via a link on our homepage at our website, uusrq.org. If you are in person, there is actually a sign-up sheet at the table outside the sanctuary. And if you do sign up, this is what you will get. No big prize, or I would say it is a big prize, actually. You will get our weekly newsletter that tells about all the events that are happening here at the congregation, as well as the virtual Zoom links for virtual events. We also invite you every week. We have coffee hour after the service with some coffee and dessert. Oh, well, maybe some dates. I don't know. I'm not in charge of that. I want to be clear. Normally, I've seen cookies. But anyway, and second Sundays, we have a potluck as well. But it's a great way to get to know each other, to spend time with each other. We do have one announcement today. Today is New Member Sunday. So if you are interested in becoming a member of this congregation after the service, I invite you to come to my office in the Lexau wing, which is the building right opposite the sanctuary. And that'll happen about 10, 15 minutes after the service ends. And so without any then further ado, I guess I have opening words next, huh? Okay. Well, it's an unusual Sunday, and you'll find out. We're doing things a little different this week, being Easter. Our opening words today come from the Gospel of Mark. I know it says Matthew in the order of service. Some days I wish we could just do away with an order of service. What do you think about that? Oh, well, I have a couple of claps. Okay. Anyway, so it's from the Gospel of Mark. When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James, and Salome brought spices so that they might go and anoint him. And very early on, in the first day of the week, when the sun had risen, they went to the tomb. They had been saying to one another, "Who will roll away the stone for us from the entrance to the tomb?" And when they looked up, they saw that the stone, which was very large, had already been rolled back. As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man dressed in a white robe, sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. But he said to them, "Do not be alarmed, but you are looking for Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He has been raised. He is not here. Look, there is a place they laid him. But go, tell his disciples and Peter that he is going ahead of you to Galilee. There you will see him just as he told you." So they went out and fled from the tomb, for terror and amazement had seized them. And they said nothing to anyone, for they were afraid. I now invite Titan to come up and light our chalice as we share these words from our sources of inspiration. Read them together. These sources ground and sustain us in ordinary, difficult, and joyous times. We respect the histories, contexts, and cultures in which these sources were created and are currently practiced. Grateful for the experiences that move us, aware of their religious ancestries we inherit, and enlivened by the diversity which enriches us. We are called to never deepen and expand our wisdom.
So today's story is Down the Rabbit Hole, an Easter story written by Catherine Bonner. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see if you clap after. Okay. Emma dashed out into the backyard, clutching her Easter basket filled with fake green grass, ready to find the eggs hidden around her home. It was always an exciting time, and one of the few times that her parents stopped playing their video games to watch her instead. Out of the corner of her eye, Emma saw a white rabbit skip behind a low bush over in the corner. "Could it be the Easter bunny?" she yelled inside her head as she skipped happily. Suddenly, the white bunny ran to Emma's prize patch of foxgloves, jumped high into the air, looked at Emma, winked, and said, "Here we go," before disappearing into the flowers. Emma ran over. She was amazed to see a large round hole in the ground. Peering in, she could see nothing, but she did hear the rabbit giggling. So she decided it didn't look so scary, so she too jumped up high and yelled, "Here we go," and disappeared into the rabbit hole. Plop! Emma landed on a soft, cushy pillow chair and looked around. She was in a room built with Lego block walls and wooden floors. It had her stuffy friends and a small table with chocolate chip cookies, her favorite. And there were cushions on the floor to lay upon and flower pots in the window and a large white rabbit sitting in a rocking chair that looked just like the one Emma's grandma had. "Where am I?" asked Emma. You are where your mind goes when it's sleeping. You just don't remember because when you wake up, you forget. Why am I here? She asked. Well, I invited you here because it seems as if you have a lot of questions. What would you like to ask? Said the rabbit gently. Well, Emma thought and thought. It was Easter, and she did have questions. Okay, where are my eggs that I was promised? My parents said I should always look for eggs, not only at Easter, but when I watch movies and play games. Eggs are full of prizes. Well, said the rabbit, you will just have to keep looking because there are no eggs here. All right, why do you bring eggs? Asked Emma. Well, eggs are the symbol of a new life, a new way to look at things from a fresh perspective, a new opportunity to discover the beauty of the earth and all that live here. Eggs are kind of like seeds. But why hide them? Well, that's because of the discovery process. The rabbit giggled. Besides, could you imagine looking for tiny painted sunflower seeds that I would hide? Okay, all right, but since chickens give us eggs, couldn't they just hide them? The rabbit laughed. How could a chicken hide eggs? They have no hands. So Emma thought some more. You know, when I go to my grandma's church, they talk about Jesus and how he died on the cross so that he could take away our sins. What's a sin? Whew, that's a bit harder to answer. People think it is when you do something bad, but not everyone agrees as what is bad. Like, if I eat all these cookies and I don't share with you, well, some people would say you are greedy, and greed is considered a sin. So Jesus died so I could eat all the cookies? That doesn't seem right. Yes, that doesn't seem right. Sometimes people think more about his death and what was given to them, and they think less about what Jesus was trying to teach them, that we're all here to help each other, not harm each other, that no one is better than anyone else, that each of us will be tempted to do things that are just not right, but each of us have the strength enough to resist the urge and create a heaven here on earth. All right, they say Easter is when Jesus came back from the dead. Was he like a zombie? Good heavens, no! And no one knows for sure if Jesus came back to life, but if he did, it was to remind people of what they should be doing, not so that he could eat their brains, I think. All right, one last question. What does Jesus have to do with Easter eggs? Well, that one's easy. Jesus has nothing to do with Easter eggs. Before people heard about Jesus, many people had rituals around the returning of life after a long winter, including exchanging of eggs. These rituals were added to Christian holidays so that those people would be more comfortable to hear the church's messages. But Jesus is kind of like an Easter egg. He's beautiful in spirit, bringing an opportunity of new life with messages of love hidden in our daily life, just waiting for us to discover them. Well, you got to go now. Remember, if you can. Pop! Emma jerked upright in her bed, eyes blinking. She ran to her window where the dawn's light was just flittering in. And there in her yard, she saw many painted eggs, glistening like jewels, just waiting for her to discover. The end. Thank you. So, thank you. I now invite any children and youth to join me and Miss Kristen in the West Wing for an Easter egg hunt and a party. And if you're new here, just follow me. Thank you.
Every time I look at you, I don't understand why you let the things you think get so out of hand. You'd have managed better if you had it planned. Why'd you choose such backward time in such a strange land? If you come today what they say you are. Jesus Christ, superstar. Do you think you're what they say you are? Jesus Christ, superstar. Do you think you're what they say you are? Tell me what you think about your friends at the top. Would you think besides yourself the pick of the crop? Who knows what you wear exactly, see where you are. Could Mohammed move a mountain, or was that just PR? Did you mean to die like that? Was that a mistake? Or did you know your Michigan would be a record breaker? Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong. I wanna know. I wanna know now. I wanna know. I wanna know. I wanna know. I wanna know now. Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, who are you? What have you sacrificed? Jesus Christ, superstar. Do you think you're what they say you are? Jesus Christ, superstar. Do you think you're what they say you are? Jesus Christ, superstar. Do you think you're what they say you are? Jesus Christ, superstar. Do you think you're what they say you are? Jesus Christ, superstar. Do you think you're what they say you are? Jesus Christ, superstar. Do you think you're what they say you are? Jesus Christ, superstar. Do you think you're what they say you are?
As we come together today to commemorate Jesus, who died in the far off past, I imagine his followers upon his death were fearful of what would happen next. And yet still they went forth and tried to share his message. Today we sit with a world full of turmoil, tragedy, and uncertainty, fearful as well as what will happen next. Let us take a moment and come together and recognize our fear. Let us come together to grieve our losses, and then let us come together and go forth and share our message of compassion, our message of love, our message of acceptance. Let our voices and actions be heard so others know that hope is still alive, that hope can be reborn. As we go into a time of silence, let us contemplate how we can bring hope into the world that we live in. So this Easter morning, we are going to do something a little different, if you haven't figured that out yet. Rather than beginning with certainty, we begin with imagination. Unitarian Universalism invites us into a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. We are not bound to a single interpretation of a sacred story. Instead, today we ask, what might it have felt like in that fragile space between death and hope, between Good Friday and what came next? This play imagines a celebration of life for Jesus of Nazareth, the human teacher, the prophetic voice, the challenger of empire, the healer of relationships, the builder of community. Before resurrection became proclamation, before theology became doctrine, there was grief, confusion, disagreement, courage, and love. This is not an attempt to rewrite Scripture. It is an act of holy curiosity. As Unitarian Universalists, we honor stories as something to wrestle with. So let us enter this imagining with open minds, tender hearts, and a willingness to see what truth might arise within us.
Peter! I'm so sorry I'm late. There were just so many donkey carts, would you believe? Do you think Judas will show up for the memorial service?
John, we call it a celebration of life.
Celebrate.
How many times do I have to tell you that?
Celebration of life, celebration of schmeif. Blah, blah. Do you think Judas will come? And if he does, how will people react?
I don't think Jesus would have forgiven him.
Still, he betrayed Jesus, all of us.
Though perhaps that was Jesus' plan all along.
What? Why would that be?
Oh, there's so much you did not know about Jesus. In fact, there was much that we all didn't know.
Living on the road, my friend, is gonna keep you free and clean. Now you wear your skin like leather. Your voice has gone from the scene. You weren't your mama's only boy, but a favorite one, it seems. She began to cry when you said goodbye. Dance into your dream. Jesus was a radical boy. His words were fast as polished steel. He wore his heart outside his shirt for all the honest world to feel. Jesus met his match, you know, on the deserts down in Judea. Nobody heard his dying words, and that's the way it goes. All the Roman soldiers say they could have had him any day. They only let him slip away. That's the way it goes. Jesus can't fight for Jews all night long like he used to. The dust that Jesus spit down south ended up in Judas's mouth. The day they poured Jesus low, Judas split for Jericho, where he got the bread to go. Ain't nobody knows. All the Roman soldiers say they could have had him any day. They only let him slip away. Out of kindness, I suppose. Tell how Jesus fell, and Judas living in cheap hotels. His darkness quiet, Jericho's cold, and so the story ends, we're told. Jesus needed the prayers, it's true, but to save a few for Judas too, he only did what he had to do. Now he's growing old. All the Roman soldiers say they could have had him any day. They only let him go for so long. Out of kindness, I suppose. A few great Roman soldiers say we could have had him any day. They only let him go for so long. And that's the way out of kindness, I suppose.
Okay, yeah, Peter, maybe we didn't know as much about Jesus as we thought we did. But look, I can't believe he made you the head of the church. You who denied him 3 times.
Oh, come now, John. Don't be envious. Jesus would not have liked that.
Thomas, but I was the one he loved most. He said that all the time.
No, you said that all the time. Jesus loved everyone. And what of your love for Jesus when they came for him? You ran away naked into the night like a baby.
Well, I knew they would arrest me too. He wanted me to survive, to share his message of love.
Oy vey. As Jews, we expected the Messiah to overthrow the Romans. Don't start trying to change his story so soon after his death. Have some modicum of respect before you focus on your own narcissistic view.
Simon, will you never learn? When they came for him, you drew your sword. And what did he say?
Yes, Peter, I remember. Put your sword back into its place, for all who take the sword will perish by the sword. But I tell you, I could have taken them all. If only we all joined forces together, we could overcome this evil.
Simon, his message was, we cannot overcome violence with violence. We must overcome them with nonviolent resistance, healing of relationships, building bridges of understanding.
How did that work out for him?
It is up to us to carry on the work, to show the people the path of peace.
The path of death.
Has the old way worked? No, we must try something new, a new vision for the future, a non-violent revolution to bring justice to all.
I am not even sure why we are having a celebration of life.
Why don't we just call it what it is, a funeral? Or since we don't have a body, a memorial service.
I wonder if it's even proper to do this if we don't have the body.
Well, it's usually closed casket anyway, so really what's the difference?
God will know the difference.
Have you guys learned nothing? Jesus wouldn't have cared about this argument. How many times did he quote Amos to us? I hate, I despise your festivals and solemn assemblies. Rather, Jesus told me the kingdom is within you and it is outside of you, in your heart, in your memories of him, and in how you live your life.
Well, Thomas, are you speaking today at the service? That was a good speech. Perhaps you should lead the church.
We shouldn't have a celebration. I mean, or a funeral, because he is not dead. He is going to rise tomorrow. Tomorrow is the third day. How many times did he say he would rise on the third day? You just need to have faith.
Well, the Jewish custom is we must have a funeral within 24 hours, 2 days at the outset for extenuating circumstances.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Oh, just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow. You're always a day away. Oh, the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Oh, just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may. Oh, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow. You're always a day away. Oh, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow. You're always a day
Wrong son.
Maybe not.
Well, he always did believe in helping orphans. Oh, they're getting ready to start.
I can't believe they found a rabbi who would lead the service with all the scrutiny from the Romans.
Well, we couldn't. But we found a Unitarian minister who grew up Jewish. That was the best we could do.
Yes. Yes, the Unitarians are very inclusive. Jesus would have liked this.
Welcome, welcome all. We come together today to remember Jesus of Nazareth, to celebrate his life, and to mourn his death. It's a time to remember the person he was, the life he had lived and the impact that his life had on us and the world. Jesus was born only 34 or so years ago. The records are a little hazy about that. Family members left to honor his life include his mother Mary, his 4 brothers, and his sisters. No one really knows what happened to his father Joseph. He just sort of disappeared. Let our gathering today bring us comfort in the long days ahead. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Now, as is our Unitarian custom, we invite those closest to the deceased to come forward and to share their memories of Jesus.
Greetings. I'm Peter, one of Jesus' disciples. I felt very guilty denying Jesus 3 times, but I was scared. I believed in Jesus, even still. We gave up everything for him, our jobs, our families, our way of life, because he was going to show us a new way. It was hard to understand him. His parables were always so confusing. He would often yell at us, "Do you still not perceive or understand? Do you not have ears to hear? Do you not have eyes to see?" Which I think was a little unkind to the blind man who was with us. But I think Jesus was speaking metaphorically. He would always say to us, "Why are you still so afraid? Why do you still have no faith?" I think that is what he wanted the most for us, to not fear death, and by so doing, we would not fear life. We should talk and live with full transparency. He wanted us to stand up for the poor, for the orphan and the widow, when no one else would. He wanted us to stand up against the wealth inequality. It's how he convinced Matthew, the tax collector, to join us, and why he talked to tax collectors. They kept raising taxes to the point where Jewish farmers could not afford it, and Romans would take over the land. Jesus kept saying this land belongs to God, not to the Romans. I will go to Rome and start the church, he asked. I hope that some of you will come and help me, for really, I know not what I do.
Good morning. I am Thomas, one of Jesus' disciples. Jesus often called me his twin. He said, "When you know yourself, then you will be known, and you will understand that you are children of the living God. But if you do not know yourselves, then you live in poverty, and you are the poverty." I think Jesus wanted each of us to be transformed and grow spiritually. He believed in the responsible search for truth and meaning. He said, "Let one who seeks not stop seeking until he finds. When he finds, he will be troubled. When he is troubled, he will be astonished." What I believe Jesus meant by that is you will be astonished that the divine light of God is in each one of you, not just with Jesus. Jesus showed us what was possible for all of humanity. He helped us find that divine light. It's here, not in another world, but in this world.
Hi, I'm Simon, one of Jesus' disciples. Judas and I were former zealots. We used to fight against Romans. We thought Jesus would lead us into battle. His Sermon on the Plains, some of you know it as the Sermon on the Mount. When I heard that sermon, it changed my life. He taught me to love, not hate. There will always be some group of people who are stronger than us. Yes, we can make ourselves strong and fight, but in the end, it will just lead to more violence. Jesus taught us, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who abuse you. If anyone strikes you on the cheek, offer the other also. And from anyone who takes away your coat, do not withhold even your shirt. Give to everyone who begs from you. And if anyone takes away your goods, do not ask for them again. Do to others as you would have them do to you. These are simple rules, but so hard to live by. Much harder than the Pharisees' rules. But even though I occasionally fail, I have committed to continue to try to live by Rabbi Jesus' rules.
Thank you. Thank you all. I think we've heard from everyone who's...
I'd like to speak.
I'm sorry, you are not on the list of speakers.
I'm not surprised. Who made that list? Peter?
Well, yes, I believe it was Peter. He said Jesus wanted him to lead the church.
Yeah, well, that's what Peter says, but that's not what Jesus told me. No, Jesus told me we are all leaders, that we are all to be the priesthood and the prophethood for all believers, whether you're a man or a woman or a eunuch, everybody.
Now, ma'am.
Please do not ma'am me.
Oh, okay. The people have spoken. We believe in democracy, so come up and speak.
I'm going to take off my headdress because it's bugging me. Who came up with that rule too? I am Mary Magdalene, and I was also one of Jesus' disciples, along with my sisters Joanna, Susanna, and the sisters Mary and Martha of Bethany, although many of you don't know that, because women are discounted or silenced or false narratives are told about us, which everyone then begins to assume is the truth. And where have these falsehoods come from, or this silencing? Not Jesus, but his male disciples. And let's face it, the patriarchy seems to require it of men. What is it about women having authority that scares them so much? Is it that they can only feel powerful if women are treated as lesser? Because Jesus never treated women as lesser. Jesus and I were close, and he shared much of his thoughts and his concerns with me. Whether you believe he is the Messiah or not, or divine or not, Jesus too needed love and compassion, as we all do. He needed someone to share his soul's burdens with, someone who would ask nothing in return. You know, unless men and their attitudes change, my story and those of my sisters will be erased or diminished, and our children's children, and generations to come will never know how we too sacrificed our homes and our lives and our financial resources to bring Jesus' message to the people. Jesus was loved by so many, but I suspect that without change, men will use this love to bend the narrative of who Jesus was in order to become powerful. I can see that using this bent narrative of Jesus to destroy other cultures, and in so doing, destroy the memory of the real Jesus and his teachings, to lift up the poor in spirit, those without the basic needs to survive, much less thrive, or those shunned or deemed lesser. His message to fight against those who are corrupt or would use God as a means to gain power for themselves and exploit their fellow humans, the animals that are a part of God's kingdom and the bounty of this earth. So I ask each of you to remember Jesus as a man who gave so much that we can be transformed. He will be missed.
Thank you. Thank you, sincerely. Words to live by. And perhaps if we listen to those words, we will remember the message of Jesus. And maybe 2,000 years from now, our descendants can look back at this moment as the time when everything started to change. Let our benediction help us remember Jesus, and I invite everybody to join in on the refrain, "We remember him." At the rising of the sun and its going down, we remember him. At the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember him. At the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember him. At the blueness of the skies and in the warmth of summer, we remember him. At the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember him. At the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember him. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember him. When we have decisions that are difficult to make, we remember him. As long as we live, he too will live, for he is now a part of us, and we remember him. And so, like Peter, who went to Rome to build his church, we too here in Sarasota seek to build our religion to be strong and sustaining for the next 2,000 years. You didn't think you were going to go through a whole service without this, did you? In keeping with Jesus' message to be generous, we now humbly take our offering. All stories can help us make meaning in the world, including this one. Let this story provide hope for a better, different future. And so I will leave you to our closing words with the following blessing taken from Rabbi Jesus' words. Blessed are the poor and the poor in spirit. Blessed are those who mourn. Blessed are the meek. Blessed are those who are hungry. Blessed are those seeking righteousness. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Blessed are the merciful, and blessed are the peacemakers. May all of you feel blessed as I feel blessed being here as your minister. As we listen to our closing song, I ask you to imagine whatever it is that you call the great mystery in this universe, and imagine the words apply to that great mystery. All music can be seen as sacred.
I've been searching a long time for someone exactly like you. I've been traveling around the world, waiting for you to come through. Someone like you. You make it all worthwhile, someone like you. You make me satisfied, someone exactly like you. I've been traveling a hard road, looking for someone exactly like you. I've been carrying a heavy load, waiting for the light to come on through. Someone like you. You make it all worthwhile, someone like you. You make me satisfied, someone like you. I've been doing some soul searching, been trying to find out where you're at. I've been up and down this highway, I've been through all kinds of foreign lands. Someone like you, you make it all worthwhile. Someone like you, you keep me satisfied. Someone like you. I've been all around the world, marching to the beat of a different drum. Just lately I realized we gotta believe that the best is yet to come. Someone like you, you make it all worthwhile. Someone like you, you keep me satisfied. Someone exactly like you. Someone exactly like you. Someone exactly like you.
before we extinguish the chalice, I do just want to give my heartfelt thanks to all the participants in the service today. I was going to name them all, but you can read it in the order of service. But Neil, I wanted, especially as the director, I really pulled this together, and all the participants, the choir dressed all like angels, a choir of angels, and the band, and Margie and Don. Everybody used the music I asked for, and I really made it a special. I hope it was special for you as well. Please, yes. Here today, go forth and love. Thank you.